morning, students. We're here at our favorite coffee shop, Angel and Us, and we're here to do another episode of Let's Speak English. Let's get started.
Audio Jungle.
Hello, students. In our last episode of Let's Speak English, we talked about when you should use English greetings. For example, when you should say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about what you should say after a greeting. What you should say after a greeting. But I'm not sure if I can explain this here in the coffee shop. Let's imagine a classroom. Okay, that's better. All right, let's also imagine we have two English teachers. Teacher A, who is preparing a lesson for his class, and then teacher B, who is also preparing a lesson for his class. Now, let's say it's 10 a.m. In this situation, teacher A should say, "Good morning." And teacher B should reply by saying,
"Good morning."
Now, after a greeting, to be polite, English speakers often ask each other, "How are you doing?" How are you doing? Now, this question can be answered in many ways because it's based on emotions and feelings. Okay, let's go over 3 responses you can give someone if you're asked, "How are you doing?" Response number 1. If you're feeling really happy or excited, if someone says, "How are you doing?" you can say, "I'm great." I'm great. Response number 2. If you're feeling sad, sick, or even tired, if someone says, "How are you doing?" you can say, "Not so good." Not so good. Response number 3. If you're feeling so-so or just okay, if someone says, "How are you doing?" you can say, "I'm fine." I'm fine. Now, let's review what we've learned. Let's go back to our classroom where teacher A and teacher B are still working. Again, it's around, let's say, 10:30. What English greeting should they use? Good morning.
Good morning.
That's correctamundo. Now, to be polite, what should teacher A ask teacher B? How are you doing? That's correctamundo. Okay, now since teacher A has asked teacher B, "How are you doing?" teacher B can respond based on his feelings. Let's say teacher B got chased by a dog this morning on his way to work, and that made him really sad. What should he say?
Not so good.
That's correctamundo. Okay, now let's say teacher B had lots of fun with his friends at the soccer game over the weekend, and that made him really, really happy. What should he say?
I'm doing great.
That's correctamundo. Okay, last one. If teacher B is feeling so-so or just okay, what should he say?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
That's again correctamundo. All right, it's test time. I'm going to ask you 3 questions about today's lesson. Let's see if you know the right answers. Question 1. If you greet someone, what should you ask them in order to be polite? A, how are you doing? B, what time is it? Or C, is it going to rain today? Do you have an answer? If you picked A, that's correctamundo. Question 2. If someone says to you, "How are you doing?" and you're feeling really happy and excited, what should you say back to them? A, not so good. B, I'm great. Or C, I'm fine. Did you pick the right answer? If you picked B, that's what? Correctamundo. Question 3. If someone says to you, "How are you doing?" and you're feeling sick or even sad, what should you say back to them? A, I'm great. B, fine. Or C, not so good. If you pick C, that's 100% what? Correctamundo. Okay, students, that's all the time we have with this episode of Let's Speak English. You have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.